you up to these days?
Well, I'm trying to figure life out. You know, honestly, I was lost and confused after the Couture fight, and then it just devastated me. I was in severe pain for years on this side of the body, my knee growing and back, and I didn't even know it was my hip. But finally I went in and got the hip MRI, and they pretty much told me there is no hip. The ball and socket's gone.
Wow.
You know, but I was dealing with it for years. But there's some pretty amazing miracle hands out there that can buy you another 3 months or 2 months of time. It's not just physical therapy, it's super therapy, and they buy you time. So bought me time to get trained for this next fight. So, but then finally I fought Couture. The UFC cut me, and got to figure out what I'm going to do. And really I didn't do much. Because the pain was I thought the pain was going to go away, and I'm going to get right back in business and fight for Bellator or go anywhere overseas. I plan on fighting, but it just was overwhelming, the pain. And when I stopped everything, I thought it was going to go away. It didn't go away. It got worse. Got the MRI on the hip, and they basically said there is no hip there. I got the hip replacement. It felt great for 6 months. I went and did the Ultimate Fighter show, and I couldn't help but get in there and wrestle with these guys, because talking to them wasn't working. So I had to show them it worked, and the hip held up great. But then once I got off the show back home, it had popped out 6 times.
Oh, wow.
6 times, and I just bent over and picked up a piece of paper. So, something was not right. And finally I got in to see my surgeon, and he kind of told me to quit breaking protocol. I said, man, I'm not breaking protocol, doc. And he just wasn't sure. But then he seen I was a mess. Finally they took another MRI. Finally they decided to replace the ball and socket. But 45-minute procedure, but when he cut me open, it was just probably 2 years worth of staph infection built up in there.
Yeah.
And take out the whole replacement hip, put in a temporary hip. I was on a PICC line for 2 months to try to get rid of this infection. And he's going to go back in and put in the third permanent one, which is in there now. It's doing pretty good. Thanks to everybody at the GoFundMe page who helped donate, helped me get through this. I can't thank you all personally, but hopefully somehow you get this message. I've said it on certain places, but from anybody, I don't care if they gave $1 or to what Mark Hunt did. He showed up with he put $5,000 in that GoFundMe page, and
that's awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, I was good friends with him over in Japan.
Yeah.
And what a nice guy.
Yeah.
And but everybody, even down to $1 or $2, thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you very much.
And goes to show how much people care, how much of an impact you had in the sport. They care so much.
It meant a lot to me. I was emotionally overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I tried to do a few interviews after I got out of the hospital, and man, I couldn't control my emotions. So luckily I quit doing them, and one guy had it taped, so I called him right back after it was over. I said, oh, please don't use that, man. And he told me I already scratched it, because people don't want to see me crying.
Yeah.
I got to stay strong. I'm a fighter. I'm coming back. I'm gonna make this work. But now the problem is I got the arthritis in the back, and I'm in severe pain in the back.
Fighting took its toll.
Don't have I wouldn't change anything.
Absolutely. No regrets.
When they raised my arm in wrestling in a big show, and when they raised my arm in fighting, there is nothing in the world that can replace that feeling. Yeah. So what am I doing now? I'm trying to repair myself still, and figure out what I'm going to do. Dan Severn's got it down pat. He's the master of business.